Unit 1, Living Things and Their Environment. For Module 1, we will be discussing the respiratory and circulatory systems working with other organ systems. The respiratory system is made up of the organs in the body that help us to breathe. Just remember that the word respiration is linked to breathing. Circulatory system is responsible for distributing materials throughout the body. Take note also that circulation means transportation or movement in circles. Both systems are essentially meant for each other. The common purpose could not be attained without the other. In order to stay alive, the body has to breathe air. Breathing happens automatically. Every day, the body breathes 20,000 times. We breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide. By the time we reach the age of 70, that is already 600 million breaths. Air can enter the nose and the mouth as well. The parts of the human respiratory system are the following: nasal cavity, nose, nostrils, mouth, epiglottis, the larynx, pharynx, trachea, bronchi, lungs, bronchiole, capillaries, alveoli, alveolar sacs, and the diaphragm. The parts of the respiratory system that are in charge of supplying oxygen are the nose, nasal passageways, windpipe or the trachea, lungs, and diaphragm. The air enters the nose and moves through the nasal passages. Next, the air moves down through the trachea, bronchi, bronchioles, and alveoli. What are the functions of the parts of the human respiratory system? At the top of the respiratory system, the nostrils bring air into the nose, where it is filtered, warmed, and moistened. Tiny hair called cilia protect the nasal passageway and other parts of the respiratory tract, and filter out dust and other particles that enter the nose through the air we breathe. Air can also be breathed in through the mouth. The two airways of the nose and the mouth meet up at the pharynx, which is located at the back of the throat. Pharynx carries both food and air and is used for digestion and respiration. The larynx or voice box is located on top of the trachea. This is where our vocal cords are. The trachea or windpipe extends downward from the bottom of the larynx. The walls of the trachea are made strong by stiff rings of cartilage that keep it open. Trachea is also lined with hairs. They sweep foreign particles and fluids out of the airway from entering the lungs. The windpipe divides into two branches, and each one enters one of the two lungs. The bronchioles are connected in tiny air sacs called alveoli. The oxygen passes through the air sacs and travels throughout the capillary walls into the bloodstream. At the same time, carbon dioxide transfers from the blood into the air sac where it gets breathed out by the body. The human breathing system is likened to a bunch of grapes, where the main stem is the trachea. The two large branching stems represent the bronchi, and the little stems, the bronchioles. The grapes itself represents the alveoli. When you breathe in air or inhale, the diaphragm muscles contracts. Inhaling moves the diaphragm down and expands the chest cavity. Simultaneously, the ribs move up and increase the size of the chest cavity. There is now more space and less air pressure inside the lungs. Air pushes in from the outside where there is a higher air pressure. It pushes into the lungs where there is a lower air pressure. Now, when you breathe out or exhale, the diaphragm muscle relaxes. The diaphragm and ribs return to their original place. The chest cavity returns to its original size. There is now less space and greater air pressure inside the lungs. It pushes the air outside where there is lower air pressure. When you inhale air, your respiratory system gets oxygen. When you exhale, carbon dioxide is released. How do then the respiratory and circulatory systems work together to carry out their common purpose? The circulatory system is the life support that nourishes cell with food and oxygen. It also carries away the waste products. The circulatory system can be compared to a complex arrangement of highways, avenues, and lanes connecting all the cells together into a neighborhood. Sequentially, the community of cells sustains the body to stay alive. The following are the three major parts of the circulatory system. The heart. It pumps the blood throughout the body. The blood vessel, which carries the blood throughout the body. We have three types of blood vessels. The arteries, which carry oxygenated blood away from the heart to the cells and tissues and the different organs of the body. The veins, which carry the oxygenated blood to the heart. And the capillaries, which are the smallest blood vessels in the body, connecting the smallest arteries to the smallest veins. The actual site where gases and nutrients are exchanged. And last, we have the blood. The blood carries the materials throughout the body. In order for oxygen and food nutrients to be distributed throughout the body, they need to enter different types of circulations. We have three types of circulation. First, the pulmonary circulation. It is the movement of blood from the heart to the lungs and back to the heart. Pulmonary circulation carries the oxygenated blood away from the heart to the lungs and returns oxygenated blood back to the heart. The second type of circulation is the coronary circulation. It shows the movement of blood through the tissues of the heart. Coronary arteries provide oxygen and nutrients to cardiac tissue. Right and left coronary arteries are the aorta's first branches. And the last of the circulation, we have the systemic circulation. It shows us the movement of blood from the heart to the rest of the body, excluding the lungs. The systemic circulation carries oxygenated blood away from the heart to the body and returns deoxygenated blood back to the heart.